Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to talk about something that I noticed before, but it's starting to become more and more obvious to me anyway. And to get right to it, I feel that people treat you different, look at you different, speak to you differently when you're taking steroids. And the obvious reason is just because you're bigger, like you're more muscular. But I think there's a little bit more to it, and it might just be my imagination. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think that there's people treat you differently, like both men and women. And I have some examples. So like, I find a lot more guys like kind of being more submissive in some ways. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze maybe. And like for example, I was in the gym and I turned a corner and there was a guy there and he's like, sorry, like we didn't even bump into each other or anything, and he's like apologizing for being there. I'm like, dude, why are you saying you're sorry, man? Like, fuck. Anyway, so that's one example. I find you can just tell by body language when guys are a bit more submissive to you in a way, or and also conversely to that, when other kind of alpha guys kind of treat you with more respect as well, like a bro kind of mentality. So I noticed that as well. And it's like when you make eye contact with people, the direction they look down, like they might make contact and then they look away first when you're just holding eye contact, you know what I mean? Things like that. Also the way they speak to you, and it's like there's a way, like just in how conversation goes, especially with guys, where you can tell that they're not like as strong. It's not coming from a place of strength. Is what I'm trying to say. But that's all I want to really talk about with guys. Now with women, I'm getting a lot more looks from women. And if you're a reasonably good looking guy, you know exactly what I'm talking about, the look you get from women when you just walk by them or whatever, you make eye contact and then they kind of light up and they look at you, right? Or you turn around and you catch them looking at you and they're smiling or something. You know what I mean? They have that smile. It's just that look when they're checking you out. And I've been getting a lot more of that. And as well with women, the way when you say hi to them or they say hi to you, their tone of voice gets like a lot like higher pitch. You know that they're kind of into you and they're kind of like, hey, that's one of those. So I noticed that as well. And just the walking into the room effect, where you notice, like when you walk into the room, that how many people like look at you, and you can just see in your periphery how many people's attention you get. You catch people's attention better. Does that make sense? I think it does. I think everybody should understand what that is when you have more of a presence. And as well, people, I feel, listen to you more when you're in like a group setting and or situation. I think there's just like a confidence that comes along, I think, with the testosterone, but as well the other compounds, where you're more assertive, you're more dominant. And in doing so, not in like an aggressive necessarily way, but in doing so, you're more influential and more persuasive. People listen to you more, and I think it's just naturally due to the fact that you have this level of testosterone in you, and that is something that creates dominance. People who have low testosterone or high estrogen might act more like chicks. Chicks are not known for being dominant and like men are in the same ways, right? So, and also when you're on testosterone, I think you're less reactive to people. Like you're more calm, cool, and collected, and there's like a presence, again, it goes to that presence about you that people notice. And for example, somebody who might not have high testosterone or not taking steroids, when they see a hot chick, they might react like with subtle body language and things where, you know, you act like kind of like a beta, or I don't know what other word to describe it, but you're more reactive in not necessarily a good way. There's like these little reflexes. On testosterone, you might not be reactive. You might see a hot chick and just be, and obviously in your mind be like, damn, she's hot, but you're not going to be like, you're going to have that kind of calm, cool look as well, and maybe smile, not be all twitchy and things, right? So I think all like these factors, as well as maybe the tone of your voice might drop a bit, and that is kind of something that people subconsciously gravitate towards as being more dominant, more man-like. Well, and maybe just like the way you look, and something in your eyes as well might be a little bit different as well. But on top of the obvious again, which is you have a better muscular build, and part of that is how you carry yourself. People with better builds carry themselves better, and people notice you when you're obviously a bit more muscular. It's just a subconscious thing, right? So just as we notice a hot chick with a nice ass, right, when she walks by you, you know that those, it's just like ding your mind, something about the like body proportions that kind of speaks. It's kind of like a way your body speaks to people. And potentially the other thing is like everything that we do, in our voice, in our movements, the way we walk, it's all like a frequency, right? There's a rhythm involved, and maybe there's something about the rhythm of how you speak, how you walk, what you do, the pace of things, that as well is more calm, cool, and dominant in a way as well. You okay, boy? Sorry. So, I don't know, this is just a random video that something I was just thinking about. Just on my mind. I like to make these videos kind of spontaneous and just conversation about things that I'm thinking about, particularly having to do with anabolics. So what do you guys think about that? Have you had this type of experience when you're taking steroids? Do you think people treat you differently? Is there any other reasons that I missed that could explain it? Is it just something as simple as that you might be a bit more muscular so people treat you differently, or are there other behavioral things that change as well where people will treat you differently? Leave in the comments below what your thoughts are on this, and thank you for watching.